Hi, I'm Kat.
And I'm Gabe.
And we're
The Ghouls Next Door. You did a different word way.
Oh, oops,
I
sorry.
Keep up.
I'm having a whole time today.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of different songs and what have you.
I couldn't keep up.
Nope.
I was like, Ghouls Next Door.
I gotta go deeper.
Ghouls Next Door. Yep, that's us, guys.
Yeah.
We're the Ghouls Next Door.
Yeah, we'll never do that again. That's your gift.
Mm-hmm. Yes. This is our 36th episode. What? And we're going to talk about gifts.
Yeah, because 'tis the season.
Mm-hmm. And we're the gift that keeps on giving because we're here every week.
Mm-hmm.
Every Tuesday to please your ears.
Yeah, how we please them.
Yeah.
Pleasing them all day.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Never on Tuesdays.
Even on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
You can listen to it anytime. Download, re-listen, whatever you want to do.
I don't know if anyone loves us that much. Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh my God, what if someone listens to our episodes more than once?
What are you doing?
They
Person?
Care. They care about us.
What is I caring about?
Stop.
They're like, what the hell did they say
Shut
last
up
time?
your wonderful faces. With your Karen and crap.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that. It's stressful.
Yeah.
Means I gotta care back, probably. What if I don't know? They need to tell me they're listening to our episodes twice.
Yeah, that's why they go to iTunes.
So I could properly
And they
express how
comment.
much I care.
And they subscribe. That's how they show
Yeah.
that they care. So do that, listener.
Yeah.
If you do
And if they
that.
extra love us, they hit up
They
our
go to Patreon. Yeah. Because it is
join our Ghoul Scouts.
Yeah, it is the season of giving.
Giving Tuesday already happened, but in this time,
It's about to happen.
it could be Giving Tuesday every Tuesday. You don't know.
Yeah.
Make it that. You got this. I believe in you. So yeah, we talk about gifts.
Yeah, so this is the most wonderful time of the year. It's the time of the year when people give you presents with the intent of making you feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
For true. Big facts.
Yeah. But some gifts you don't want. And they come with implications. Or they come with a price.
Like your soul or the people you love being killed.
Or maybe it's a favor. And it's like, oh, just do me this one little thing. It's nothing. It's nothing.
It's not going to incite chaos.
Yeah, it's not really this big grand scheme concocted by the devil in your tiny Maine town. No.
Or aliens.
Or aliens. Or God himself or something.
Yeah, who even knows? That movie was a whole time.
All the movies are a whole time.
That's very true. I was like, honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be such a time.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, all right, gifts. That's
Yeah.
probably like mildly stressful as giving and receiving gifts are.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah, no, that person gave me something. Now I got to give them something back. That's stress. Mm-hmm. This is in its own special way terrifying. Because like, why are you accepting gifts from these strangers and they're doing stuff and they're going crazy in your life?
Yeah.
Now your friends are dead.
All my friends are dead.
Yeah, because you accepted gifts from strangers.
Yeah. Don't
That's where I'm at.
take candy from strangers and don't take gifts from strangers.
Because all your friends will die. And maybe your husband or your soul will be gone. Or just, everything
Or
you
your
love
kid
is
is
gone.
blind and deaf.
Or, yeah. Or
It's
you go
never
blind
ending.
and deaf.
I will say
Or run until you die. It's not an option.
I am always stressed when it comes to giving gifts.
Tell them about it.
Okay. All right.
We're on the couch.
Just lounging.
Yeah.
This is a usual
Ignore my
Monday
notebook.
night. Well, it all started back when I was young. No, I just really like pleasing people. I like to do it right. And so it stresses me out. Like, I don't want to give a dumb gift. Like, I hate those gifts that's like, we just bought you shampoo, like lotion kit
Or
from
they know
Walmart.
you liked Rugrats once and they bought you like everything that's ever been Rugrats.
Yeah, grandmothers.
Or they're like pajama pants. Novelty pajama pants.
Listen, I love novelty pajama pants.
I also love novelty pajama pants, but all I'm saying is that is like the token, like, oh, I didn't know what to get you.
Yeah, so I got you
Here
that.
you go.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to get you a gift card because that's lazy.
Yeah, gift cards are lazy.
So I'm not going to be lazy. I'm just going to get you something you kind of don't need or want. But, like, you're probably, like, okay about.
So I saw this post where a lady bought her daughter-in-law gift card to like an art store, like AC Moore or something. And then that daughter-in-law made a blanket from yarn that she bought from that store.
Yeah.
With a gift card. But probably more than that because you know how much yarn is. It's expensive. So she made a blanket, a huge blanket that like went on their like queen size bed.
Yeah.
You know how long that takes. And the mom was like, we essentially bought our own gift. Yeah. Because it was from the gift card. And so she was like complaining. And she like wrote into this like letter place and was like, what do I do? My son said that she worked really hard on it, but I still can't let it go because we bought our own gift. It's like, you did not buy your own gift. Like, make your own blanket then. Like, making it is a part of the process. And it was also saying, like, thank you.
Yeah, like, thank you so much for getting me yarn to, like, make stuff that I like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's super dumb. So.
No, but I mean, I get the, like, stress of it. It's, like, trying to do something nice and then, like, essentially... You know that the thing you did was nice, but you kind of get it returned to you in some way. Where it's like you feel like you have to get another thing then. Yeah. Like to just make up for the fact. Because you want them to like be able to use it for them. So it's like kind of stressful. Yeah. For you to intend for it to be used for them and they end up just like giving you stuff. Yeah, but it's like if you gave them a gift card. Or if you just gave them money, like you gave them $20. Yeah. And then like anything that they buy with that $20, like what is that? It's yours? You did it? No, it's changed hands now. That's dumb. That's all I have to say. But I get stressed out with gifts because I really want to give people stuff. And I want it to reflect that I know who they are. Yeah. And if I don't know who they are, like the case with our Friendsgiving, where I don't know any of these people, I never met them, it's very stressful. Yeah. Like, what do you get strangers? Funny things. What you do is you... talk to the devil, and the devil finds gifts that are reminiscent of their childhood memories or a memory from a time when we were pure and innocent and beautiful. And then you offer it to them in exchange for either their soul or a favor, which inevitably brings up their soul or the life of someone. I feel like that's not what we're doing at Friendsgiving. No? No, I think... Oh, God. That'll be bad. My route is getting I don't know. Something that I will find to be very funny. Yeah. And hopefully they will also find to be funny. Yeah. I know at least one person there will find it hilarious because they appreciate my humor. Yep. You probably will too because you were there when I bought it. And I like you. Yeah. So I feel like in like a white elephant thing, comedy's the way to go. Yeah. Well, if you're going to go meaningful, then you just do one-on-one gifts. Yeah. Well, exactly. Like, I'm not going to do meaningful because I can't. But that's what stresses me out. Yeah, because that's like your whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, I have the opposite. I get stressed by receiving gifts. Because I'm like, wait, what? Now you have presents. Why do I get presents? You're giving me presents, now I get you presents. Now I owe you. You give me cookie, I give you cookie. Yeah, you give me cookie, I give you cookie. Yeah, like honestly, like it's just like, and it's hypocritical because I definitely like to give people presents for the same reasons. I like to like really think about it or make something homemade and like make it really intentional and personal and whatever. Yeah, personal whatever. And I don't like expect something back, but it like messes me up when I receive something back. So I always find the holidays really stressful. I'm also scared, like, what if I don't like it? And then I'm like, now I feel like that person doesn't know me, and now I'm, like, upset. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to appreciate anything because it's, like, the thought. Yeah. But, like, what if it's, like, I remember when I was little, I would get things that, like, just clearly showed that no one really thought about it. Yeah. Where I'd be like, what? Like, when someone gives me jewelry, and I'm like, my skin is allergic to all jewelry. Why would you get me jewelry? Do you not ever do you hate me? Have you never talked to me Why before? Do you not like me so much? Yeah, like what do you want me to hurt? When I receive gifts that are just like clearly not thoughtful at all. Like the thought counts. Yeah. That they thought to get me something. Yeah. But that it's just something like so obviously detached from any sort of meaning. And that's stressful. Because now I got to be like, oh my God, thank you for this thing that'll make my skin freak out. And if you ever listen to me talk ever, you would know that you're allergic to everything. Wear jewelry so thanks. Like,
Yeah.
it's really awkward.
I saw a present, like I saw something and I was like, this is going to be perfect for my friend. So I got it. Just like cuz. We were doing Secret Santa at work, but I didn't get that person. But I was like, I'm still going to buy this thing because it's perfect for them.
Yeah, no, I don't like people telling me who I get to buy for.
Yeah, but then I got the extra gift.
Yeah.
And then that person was really stressed because they're like, no, I have to go buy you a gift. And I was like, you really don't. I just did it.
I just saw it.
Because I thought of you. I got you a cookie.
Give me a cookie. I got you a cookie.
You don't have to give me a cookie. I got you a cookie. If you give a cat a cookie, she'll get you a cookie.
Yeah, it's facts.
So
if you give cat cookies, she give you cookie.
Yeah.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Just Photoshop cat's face onto the mouse from
if you give a mouse a
cookie. Yeah.
Oh my god, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie was my favorite book as a child, just so everyone's aware.
This explains everything. Why you have this stress.
He's gonna want a glass of milk. Kid.
Exactly. Don't give people things. That's
a glass of milk.
Tale right there.
It's a great book. I love that book.
But if you taught him how to make his own cookies, then he does it himself, and you feed him for a life.
You gave him the ultimate gift.
Yeah.
Teach a man to fish.
Teach a mouse to make cookies.
He'll have cookie for the rest of life.
He'll have cookie. You have cookie.
Yeah. Cookie rest of life. Lifetime cookie.
Always cookie.
Always cookie.
I give it all for the cookie.
Yeah, facts. We tell you facts. All the facts. Your facts. Still facts. About that spooky stuff. Yeah, spooky stuff.
We're talking about gifts, and we're talking about gifts gone bad, or like what's up with gifts?
Yeah.
So this is a season of giving.
Yeah.
You give, you get, maybe. And
you give cookie, get cookie.
You give cookie, you get cookie. Sometimes your mother-in-law gets you a gift card to AC Moore, and you make her a beautiful blanket, and she's fucking ungrateful. Sometimes the devil's like, here's a baseball card to complete your collection. Can you also just throw some mud on this person's sheets? It's not going to do nothing.
Yeah.
And then those women are dead. So.
The little boy's like putting guns to his head in places.
Yeah.
Scary. Exactly. It was a whole movie. It was a whole time.
All the movies are a whole thing. But
it's just like unexpected. You were like, oh, look at this. Like, it seems like it might be a stressful time about gifts, but gifts. You're giving things, you're getting things. It's time. It's fine. It's everything. Everyone's cool.
It's exciting.
Everyone's cool. It's the season of giving. Nice.
Yeah.
It's not nice. Things go crazy. Why should it be scary though? It's scary.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. What I found, because we watched a few movies, and unlike with Wishes, there were a lot of film, like all the films more or less had the same morals, where it's like, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Because you're presented with trouble and that, you're getting tricked.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like a different kind of trick, and it always seemed like a moral issue because there is like an exchange that's happening, and it's a very obvious exchange. Like with Wishes, there's not a real obvious exchange.
Yeah.
Like you're just getting stuff, and it's like bizarre, crazy,
you don't know what you're
out of this
back.
world stuff. Yeah. So it's like it has this magical element to it that is like really silly. Like okay. Like they kind of made it a little realistic in Wishes with the where she wished for money, and then the guy had died, so she inherited it.
Yeah.
So that made sense, and we can see the pieces falling into place, and that's something that comes up later that we're going to talk about. But like with Wishes, most of the time it's like all of a sudden people are obsessed with her. Yeah. All of a sudden this guy's in love with her. Like that is intangible and like bizarre and like silly in a way. With gifts, it's like you're presented with something that your heart wants. It's something tangible. It's an item. Mm-hmm. And then you are offered, like you're given it, and there is a price, and you're like told the price, but it's like kind of explained and dumbed down a little. Or not dumbed down, but it seems like casual. Like the price is a favor. Like you're just going to do me this one little favor. It doesn't seem like nothing. It's a harmless prank. Just a prank. Or okay, you don't even know the people who are being affected. So what even is that? Like, does it matter? So it's like, what is more important to you? The
thing you're
prank
getting,
or the thing that you're paying with it, or the item?
Yeah.
So you're always confronted with like human nature when it comes to gifts. With like, I guess with wishes too, because it's like, what are you wishing for? And we were saying like you're wishing for the destination or the road, not the destination. With this, it's like you're given a destination, but you're
taking a shortcut at the same time, and there's a price.
Yeah.
And what is the thing that you're looking for? What is it worth?
Yeah.
Is it worth this like exchange that is like potentially terrible? Like, are you cool with letting someone die so that you can have a bunch of money?
Yeah.
Just because you don't know them. It's like kind of, are we parasites? Are we trash? Are humans trash?
Humans trash. Yes.
Ultimate question.
Here at Ghouls Next Door, we are strong advocates for the people are trash movement.
Yes.
Which is
Honestly, I
the
mean,
belief that all people are trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. So it was, especially in these films, you're really brought to that where you're like, wow. And it's like, it's all driven by greed and this need for an item, for tangible items. And like, I didn't even feel like in the cases that were presented in the films that these are people who were really suffering without these items. It was like, okay, this is a nice add-on to your life, and maybe your life is a little hard and it's nice to reminisce. But at the point that all these things were happening, they were okay. And it wasn't like they could have not handled it, you know? But when you're given this thing that's like, oh, we can fix everything.
Yeah, cool, quick shortcut. Don't gotta put any work in. You know, just kill somebody you don't know. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just hit a button.
Yeah.
It's totally cool. Don't stress about it.
What are you doing? No, don't.
It's like, yes, stress about it. Just put in work. Do life.
Yeah.
Life is hard.
Yeah.
Just do it.
But here's the thing.
Nike.
When you think about, speaking of Nike, when you think about this whole idea of like we're paying an unknown price. Like there's like, yeah, you get a sticker price. I'm paying $10 for this sweatshirt, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's another price that's there too. So
because where's that coming from?
Exactly. So these companies like H&M are like Amazon is, you know, exploiting and like abusing their workers so that they can sell this for whatever price. And we're getting a cheap like sweatshirt from H&M, but it's at the cost of lives in a way. So it's like, it's less direct than the films that are like, if you push this button, someone will die. But it's like, if you buy this sweatshirt, you are adding into this machine that is hurting other people. Yeah, it's someone you don't know, but that's still a person.
Yeah.
So
we're
like,
hitting buttons every day.
Every time you buy something from like not a mom and pop shop or whatever, you're essentially pushing the button. And that's like what our like capitalism is now, is we're always pushing buttons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my
It's
tangent.
just in. We get political. Ghouls next door.
Because I think that's what...
No, it's relevant. It's necessary.
About. Yeah, that's what the gifts are about. And I'm not saying like... I understand it's gift season and it gets very expensive. I just spent all morning trying to find gifts for people. And even though it's Cyber Monday, it was super expensive. We record this early. And it was like crazy trying to find stuff. Even when you go to Etsy, it's like that person just like glued stuff together.
Yeah.
But of course, it's also like not that someone died or is like their fingers are falling apart because they're trying to find little things.
Yeah. I go team homemade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like because of necessity, because I'm broke, but also I just really enjoy doing it. It's fun.
Yeah. And you put yourself in there. It's more important.
Yeah.
But I think
anyone who doesn't appreciate doesn't need to be my friend.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Aww.
like if they don't like my homemade cards or like they don't like my hats that I make, just like, yeah, nah, we're cool. You don't get a hat no more.
Yeah.
No more cookie. Bye.
No more cookie if
you don't appreciate heartfelt things.
Cookie.
Yeah. No, it's not even like with the things. It's just like, you don't appreciate effort and time. I give time to you. That's not good enough.
It's
you
not
want money and gift cards and crap? Yeah, like what the heck? Get out of here.
This was time, this blanket.
This is a gift of time and love.
Yeah.
You don't want that? Fine. I don't want you in my life. Get out of here. Whatever.
Stupid baseball card.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Greedy.
So I
Trash
think
people.
that's what the like large idea seemed to be to me, was like, what is this price that we're paying? And we're always paying prices. We just don't know. It's not always that exaggerated. It's not that crazy, but it's there.
Yeah.
So
Equivalent exchange all the time. All day, every day.
Exchange.
Full metal.
Yeah.
What's up?
So, yeah. Did you have anything to say about gifts?
Like the stuff we did with things, the movies and
Well,
shows?
just like this topic, this idea.
I think it's great. Because about time.
Yeah.
We need to be talking about this. The world's a bad place. We're all trash people. Like we need
Yeah.
we need to discuss.
Well, and we're going to talk about it, but the films and things that we've like watched, other than one, are old.
It's true.
So it's like we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
So maybe there needs to be another gift film that's like this.
Yeah, I think it's just like, one, I think it's really interesting that a lot of the films that we watched are older. I say the most recent, I mean, Rick and Morty did it pretty recently, and that's cool. And it's based off of, you know, the movies and whatever. But, like, it really isn't talked about enough. Like, the fact that, I guess there's just so many things to talk about that are wrong.
Yeah.
That it's tough to get all of them. But I think it's time. I think we're due for another movie about it.
Yeah.
What's the guy who would do it smart? Jordan Peele?
No, yeah.
Yeah, he should do it.
Yeah.
He does.
He's
good.
redoing Twilight Zone. So maybe
Yo,
he can do
oh my god, that's so good. That makes me happy. Cool. Nice.
Films. Yeah, films. Yeah, films. We watched some films. Now let's talk about those films. And all that spooky stuff. And all that spooky stuff.
We watch things.
As we
That's
do.
what we do. As the usual. We watch a few things. We watch things that are all connected. Things that were either parodies or an extension of one thing. So, for example, we watched The Box, which is from 2009, starring Cameron Diaz and James Marsden.
And oh my god, was that movie a time?
It was a lot. It's from the same director of Donnie Darko.
Cool.
So it's going to be a time.
Yeah,
It's
no,
gonna
that's
be
fair.
that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
It's-
I
yeah.
understand it on a whole new level now.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole time. So, Cameron Diaz and James Marsden, and this is nice. James Marsden always plays a guy who's really nice, but he doesn't get the girl. He loses it to the protagonist. Like he was Cyclops, loses it to Wolverine. He was in Spider-Man 3, and he lost Mary Jane. He was in, I think, Enchanted or something, and he lost her.
Enchanted. Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, you're right.
Every time he loses
right.
he loses it to the protagonist, because even though he's a good guy,
He
but
did
it's
get
like,
27 dresses. So
he did get Katherine Heigl, but it's like, did he win? You know, when you think about it,
yeah, you know,
always the bridesmaid. You know,
no bride.
that's what he is. So
Aw.
it was finally his time.
Oh no,
to not be the.
He's so cute. Too.
He's
That's
very
a shame.
cute. That's the thing. He's always nice. There's no reason for him not to win.
He's got a great face.
He's got good face.
Bone structure.
And Cameron Diaz is just gorgeous. The whole
Always.
film was super uncomfortable. But for anyone who doesn't know, The Box is based off of the short story Button Button by Richard Matheson, who is the same writer of I Am Legend.
Oh.
Yeah, the book. Not
Whoa.
Will Smith.
No, I know.
The book, which
I
is great.
understand.
He knows what he's talking about when it comes to the apocalypse and being
Sure does.
tested and morality and all that. So
This is a whole new level now. Now I'm interested.
yeah, this whole the dive into these films and this experience has been quite fun. So The Box and the Button are similar. There's some differences, but The Box is about a suburban couple, Norma and Arthur, who face a moral dilemma when they receive a gift that bears irrevocable consequences.
Yeah.
With the press of a button, their simple wooden box will bestow $1 million. However, a stranger somewhere else will die at the same time. The box will be theirs for only 24 hours, and as time ticks away, Norma and Arthur confront the depth of their humanity as they consider their choices. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole other element to the whole time.
It expands because
It's a choice, but then also...
Is it a choice?
Like, what?
So when here's the evolution of the short story Button Button. Button Button is a 6-page short story by Richard Matheson. And it ends in this kind of like witty, like, it felt to me like this like crooked smile, like, oh, kind of ending like, oh, so you think. Essentially in Button Button, the woman does push the button because it is someone that they won't know. So she's like, yeah, I'm going to push this button and I'm going to get, in that story, $50,000.
Yeah.
And so she's like, yeah, whatever, I'll push the button because someone else will die. Maybe it's someone else. And we'll talk about some of the awful things this woman says. And then essentially in the story, she gets a call that her husband has been hit and then pushed into train tracks. Mm-hmm. So he got run over and he died. And his insurance policy was $25,000 and it's doubled. So it would be $50,000. And then she was like, you said it would be someone I don't know. And he's like, do you really know your husband? So it's like cheeky and like dumb. And then the next level is Twilight Zone episode Button Button, which is essentially the same story. With
but they were so rude.
Also a terrible wife who also has the same ideas.
Angry.
Yeah, she pushes a button and someone does die from someone that they don't know and they get their money. They get $100,000 in that story. But then the guy comes in and he says, I'm going to give this button to someone you don't know. So then you're left with this cliffhanger of...
where it's like, they hit the button, I die.
Yeah, so like, okay, I'm someone they don't know. I have the chance to be dead now.
Yep.
And then the film, the box, takes it another step further because now it's like... Yep. Yeah, it's going to go to someone you don't know. But now there's this whole conspiracy and it's like a psychological experiment. And at first you think it's the government, but then it's not the government. It's like potentially aliens? The aliens or God or something. It's something bigger than us that's studying us.
To like see if we're worth living.
The day the earth stood still style.
Like, are all humans trash?
Yeah.
This just in. Yes.
They are. Everyone pushes a button. And yeah, also, it also has this like biblical, it has a lot of biblical imagery. It talks a lot about psychology or not philosophy. Like in the beginning, she's talking about, I think it's Seder and how it's hell is other people, which is always one thing that always stuck out to me. It's what I believe. But I was like, so is heaven. Heaven is other people too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
So it's what you make it. But so so they have that. But then there's also this whole trend in all these stories. And then and it's brought up in the film that the wives always push the button.
Yeah, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, which is like aggravating. But then when you think about it and you're thinking and you're putting it over biblical allegory and that it's like representing the Garden of Eden and you're given this choice of knowledge, you're getting this choice of this forbidden thing, which is the button. The woman does it and tries to like coax the man into doing it with her.
Yeah, but in this instance...
yeah.
It is murdering an innocent stranger and receiving lots of money. So.
I think it's absolutely absurd that anyone pushes this button. I have, like, okay, with the day the earth stood still, with the concept of, like, here's a kind Keanu Reeves alien, and he just shows around, he's going around, he's dumb, and he's just trying to see that people are, like, he needs to find a few nice people, and then his alien overlords won't kill us.
Yeah.
But then people are mean to him. And yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're given the choice of like, someone dies and I'll give you $1 million.
Yeah.
It's not even like the social experiments that they had where it's like, if you push this buzzer, it'll electrocute someone in the next room and you can't see them, but it's going to do that. If you do this, we'll give you like $500. That's different.
Yeah,
than totally completely murdering them for $1 million. And then to think, like, not think any further than that. Like, I understand it's a big thing. But to not think any further than that and then be like, what are the repercussions? Like, you think someone's just going to give you this?
Yeah, there's like this whole thing where it's like, oh, it's probably not real. And it's like, well, then don't do it.
Yeah, okay, then why? Like, okay, if
like,
this is a social, if this is a study to see who all...
Why do you want to be the one who pushed the button?
Why do you want to be known as that person? And like...
People are trash.
In the movie, they say like... He says, all the bridesmaids are going to make fun of this later because she's a part of a bridal party. It's like, okay, do you want to show up at the bridal party?
Like, yeah, I murdered some people.
Push the button.
What's up? It's crazy.
Don't do it.
Yeah, and you kept looking at me like I was the one that's going to be pushing the button.
Because you were saying that you understood why.
Yeah, because we do it. We push buttons every day, Gabe. We had a whole talk about it. We push buttons every day. You go to the store, you buy the thing from the things where bad stuff happens at the places, at the factories or whatever. You bought the thing. You don't stop buying the thing. We all act like we're great people. We're not. We're trash people. Everyone's trash. We all push the frickin' button.
Yeah.
It happens. So all I'm saying is I get it. I'm not saying I would, but I understand that majority of the world is trash. And they would. And I get that because I know that because it's every day.
Yeah.
We know who was president. We know all this. We are trash people.
Yeah, that's true.
Where's our test?
You know what?
Come on. We don't need to be here. I'll Battlestar Galactica the shit out of this. Let's go. I'll go to space. I'll be a robot. I'll be a Cylon. Nice.
You don't just get to be a robot. You be a cyborg.
I want to be a Cylon.
Okay.
I want a new body that's in a robot that doesn't be broken all the time.
Yeah.
And I'll leave all the trash people here. Mm-hmm. You can come. You. And like 5 others maybe.
Yeah.
We'll all go. It'll be great. We won't know where robots will start again. Make not trash people. Together, we will not be trash. Yeah. The slogan for our new planet.
We won't be yeah, no, you totally make sense. Because I was like, there's no way that anyone will push this button.
They do every day.
But you're totally right. We pushed that button on November 5th or 6th in our last election. And look what happened.
We push the button, there's genocide. We push the button, there's walls being built. We push the button, there's war. We push the button, they're bombing random innocent villages. Like, we push the button every day. Every day. Everyone's trash. Buttons. Humans are parasites.
It's true.
I feel very strongly about it. It sucks. Some people are cool. I'm always going to believe people are good. I like to think the people around me are not the trash people. But they might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love them and I care about them, so I'm going to be here. But all I'm saying is, I get it.
Yeah.
You think that the consequences is in front of you. It's not real. It's called dissociation, detachment.
Yeah. It's just like you believe it. Like you believe that that's possible. And I do. I understand. I had more faith in humanity, but then you reminded me that there isn't any.
No, I'm sorry.
With this film, we're not a film review podcast.
Oh, yeah, no.
But if there is one, I think this is a good film to be reviewed. And I suggest it to those people who do that. Maybe Film Loop, if you're listening. Do this podcast. Do it. Do the box. It's very... it starts out really weird. Like, the coloring is different.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be 1970s.
Cameron Diaz has an accent. It's the whole time.
Cameron Diaz has an accent, and it's not entirely great. It's not awful, but it's not great. There's, like, eeriness, and everyone's very cheerful. And it's different from when you're watching Button and when you're reading Button, because in both, the woman is very antagonistic and very rude, just like every time. Like,
yeah, and Cameron Diaz
nice.
in this is very redeemable.
Yeah.
She's like the good human who made a bad choice.
Yeah. And then, like, James Marsden is like, I have to clean up my wife's mess and get to the bottom of this to save her. He won't. But it's like...
Because they're real happy and in love.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, it was so weird and, like, Pleasantville kind of in the beginning, where it's just like, oh, honey, let me kiss you off to work, and I'm gonna hug my kid so he can get on the bus, and he's gonna be rude as hell. Yeah, he's a teenager, but
I hated him.
There's a lot of that, and then and then it's like the coloring is off. Everyone felt like they were like doing a script. Everyone felt off. And so, like, which is good, because that's the whole point, is that they're all kind of just, like, not real. And it started out where it's just like, okay, this is psychology. It was just very much like the book. And it was, like, an hour in, they pushed the button. Like, even before an hour. I think it was less than an hour.
Yeah, no, sooner.
They push the button. And then they're told that the button's going to go to someone they don't know. and that Mr. Seward would be in touch because they're not done.
And then things go crazy.
And then it totally takes a turn into left field and just goes out there. And it's like conspiracies and psychology and spirituality and like, who are we? Do we have free will? What is like the consequences of our actions? All the questions.
And what I will say is like, this wasn't a horror movie, and it's like in the way that I guess you would like usually expect one to be. But there were definitely elements of it that were very scary in terms of like the way things were shot. There was the people standing in the windows.
Oh my God.
That always messes me up. Like, I don't care what anyone says to happening. They don't like it. It's a bad movie. Everyone says that. People walking around windows and that being the perspective that you get of them is really scary. Freaks me out. Why is there a person in my window? I have a very big fear of this. I don't know why. But every single time, I'm like, this is the worst thing.
It's probably because of that time your mom snuck into your window.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, I get it. But also, it's so creepy. And I just like, there's so many moments in there where someone's like nose just starts bleeding. Yeah. And you're like, what is happening?
Or when like they would all move at the same time.
Yes.
Everyone in the library turns their head at the same time.
No,
so like everyone's under the spell.
Him.
And so like
Creepy.
They all get up and they all walk with him and they're just far enough behind. They all turn and look at him and stand up at the same time. So it's like this creepy like mind control imagery as well.
Yeah, it was super creepy.
Yeah. And then it's like, choose the right box. And it's like, everyone's creepy. Everyone's looking at you. Everyone else knows what's going on.
Creepy
and you
laughing
don't.
kid holding a peace sign.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot. And then, yeah. And then there's also just like over that, it's like, what is the consequences for your action when you agree to murder someone for $1 million? And then they don't even use $1 million because they're freaking out.
Yeah.
And it had such a great ending because you see like the cause. Because it's like, someone is always going to push the button.
Yeah.
So so you're always going to end up dead.
Yeah.
The same thing happened. Like even though we went through the entire film and we experienced the whole journey, it still ended up the same ending as the people before them.
Mm-hmm. And in this instance, I guess was different than the other two versions of it. Is it like the people in this were actually like redeemable?
Yeah.
Like we're like, the reason she hit it wasn't because she like wanted the money even that much. It seemed like she just didn't think it was real. Yeah. Or like didn't believe that it could be true.
Also,
and
they
then
were
did
in
it.
financial trouble. Like
the
kid wasn't going to be able to go to school anymore. He wasn't allowed to be an astronaut. Which also I feel like those were two things that happened right before they got the button.
Yeah.
That were like things that previously they were fine with, that I was like, did whatever magic hand that's, doing this, did they do that? Because he was like, no,
push the choice.
Yeah, because he was like, I pass all the tests. How am I not an astronaut right now? So it's like, did they do that to further influence? And if that's the case, then they messed up the whole exam.
Yeah,
that's not
they're manipulating
the
test
if they're impacting it that way.
Yeah, and it was just really interesting because honestly, like the other two versions of it, like the people were trash people.
Yeah.
Like you weren't questioning that.
Yeah.
You're like, clearly these are not the nicest of people. Mm-hmm. Like this person, I would not be shocked would hit the button. Yeah. I'm not going to be like feeling some type of way about it. I'm not going to be like stressed or whatever. You definitely feel some type of way. And they're like, Cameron Diaz has her foot injury and like, is a good mom and like just trying to do right by her family. And then actually like wanted to give the money back when they realized like that it was real and like, like they weren't and they actually like loved each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was the thing, was they were looking for couples who were in a good relationship with a single child. Mm-hmm. Like that was their group. And
it's like, I think the general rule was like, if you're kind of okay, you have kind of what you need, but you're given this opportunity to have more.
Yeah.
Will
like
you
if
accept
you're happy
what you
together
have?
And you have a kid, you have a good life.
It's like, do you still want more or are you satisfied with what you have?
Yeah.
Which goes back into that wishes thing.
Mm-hmm. And that's why it's like in the middle of the film when like the henchman is like, what's the right thing? And Mr. Seward's like, isn't it obvious? Don't push the button. Yeah. Like just don't do that. Yeah. Duh. Everyone, stop pushing the button.
Take $100. Go about your day.
So, Button was first published in Playboy, June 1970.
Fun.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
But I wanted to have a
Dramatic reading.
Nice. So this is our dramatic excerpt from Button, the short story. Suppose it's a genuine offer.
All right, suppose it is. What would you like to do? Get the button back and push it? Murder someone?
Murder.
How would you define it?
If you don't even know the person.
Are you saying what I think you are?
If it's some old Chinese peasant 10,000 miles away, some diseased native in the Congo.
How about a baby boy in Pennsylvania? Some beautiful little girl on the next block.
Now you're loading things.
The point is, Norma, what's the difference to whom to kill? It's still murder.
The point is, if it's someone you've never seen in your life and never will see, someone whose death you don't even have to know about, you still wouldn't push the button?
You mean you would?
And that was Button.
Yeah, nice.
So you can see how absolutely awful Norma is.
She says some awful stuff. It's like, yeah, no, it still matters. People exist. I don't care. With your little racist self. Yeah. Get out of here.
What if it's a different race? Like, what? What if he's in the Congo? Get out of here. And even in...
Yeah, I bet they're happier. Mm-hmm. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Makes me mad.
Like...
Life is life. Stupid.
Yeah, that's American right there.
Restorative justice, my God.
That's American.
Hate everything.
So it's like, oh, did they need refuge? Do they need sanctuary? We should probably tear gas them. America. So we watched...
Life is terrible.
Needful Things.
Sure did.
Which is a film from 1993 based off of the short story by Stephen King.
Yeah.
Taking place in Castle Rock, which is where a few stories are taking place.
Sure do.
So in Needful Things, a mysterious new shop opens in a small town in Maine, which always seems to stock the deepest desires of each shopper with a price far heavier than expected.
You don't pay for this with money.
Let's just say you don't pay for this with money. Yeah, it's the curses.
yeah, you know.
In this film, like, characters are given their heart's desire, which tend to relate to a memory of good times. Like, there's the drunk who gets his old football jacket, his varsity jacket. Mm-hmm. There's the woman who's a little slow who gets a little figurine that her abusive husband broke. Mm-hmm. The little boy gets a baseball card to complete his collection that he was collecting with his dad. Mm-hmm. So there's all these things, but it's like the price was that they have to do a favor for the shop owner, which is
and some of them gave like a little bit of money.
Yeah, but it was like not like the card he got was like limited edition. It was signed for him,
like with his name on it.
Yeah, and was like probably worth like $100,000, and he didn't pay anything for it. What he did was he had to do a bunch of favors, and he essentially had to go and he put mud all over this woman's white sheets. Then he threw apples through her windows, which led to two women murdering each other.
Sure did.
You know, but it's like, okay, just do this little favor, and they seem random to the townsfolk, but each one had an intended purpose of tearing people apart because of their base desire to like hurt one another. Mm-hmm. So it's just like...
So kind of like the Purge mixed with gifts.
Yeah. And it's just like he knows what it is that you want. It's just a stupid item that brings you back to a memory. It's like you don't even really need that thing. It's not $1 million. It's a figurine.
Yeah, it's like not even... And what gets me... It's like, first off, I'm going to say this. If you go somewhere and you walk in and they know your name, but you didn't tell them your name, maybe you're not from there or they're not from here, don't trust that person. That's not like a friendly, cute little thing. That is the devil. Walk away.
You know my name?
He's saying you don't got to pay with money. Leave.
I'm like, yeah.
Stupid.
I'm not paying with his body, so don't even ask.
Yeah, like it's just like ridiculous. It's just like the only one that I felt bad for was the one wife who had like that arthritis thing. Mm-hmm. She was in a lot of pain, and the necklace made the pain go away. So like I get that.
Yeah.
I felt for her. That's something real that you need.
Yeah.
if some stranger was like, hey, Cat, why you know my name's Cat? It's nice to see you, Cat.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I don't like you. But here, take this stuff that makes your body not be trash anymore. I'd be like, tell me more.
No, God,
Because,
no.
like, all I'm saying is, it's like, that one made sense. That's not needful things, like, useless crap. That was like, oh, she needs that.
Yeah.
She's struggling.
But
She's in a
she-
lot of pain.
In typical Stephen King fashion, paid for that with her body. Because that's all women are good for. Is
Apparently.
to be sexed upon. Yeah, it's crazy because it's like, it's so wound up. Like at the end, when they're finding out, like, oh, I sent this letter. I'm the one who broke your toy. I'm the one, like, even like old ass people were doing that.
Yeah, it's like, why are you doing that? You're a grown ass adult.
Do you really need this thing?
No.
No.
You don't. Guaranteed. All of the things except for the necklace for the lady
Yeah.
were not, no one needed them. It's fine. Why? Mm-hmm. Greedy, stupid trash people.
And the thing is that it wasn't too much of a stretch. Like, these people wanted it, and they did not care that they were hurting other people. It wasn't too far off.
We press the button every day.
And everything was like, everyone was already so close. They were already on the brink of doing what they wanted to do to these other people.
Yeah, it took some, like,
They just
gentle
needed
A
a little, like,
to have
hey,
knife on knife
you
fight.
can mess up that person. Yeah, there's like a part where the guy, he goes, I killed my wife. Is that bad? And the like devil's like, don't worry about it. And at one point he like gives him a gun, and the guy's like, I don't want that. Guns kill people. He's like, guns don't kill people. People kill people. It's like, yeah, with guns.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, one thing, the like poor lady was a domestic violence victim. Her dog being brutally murdered the way it was. Mm-hmm. I kind of understand.
Murdering another lady for that.
Yeah, no, because that was messed up. Like, I know she didn't actually do it, but if someone like did that to Kitten, I would find them. And I don't know if I would be the one delivering said justice, but there would be justice of some kind.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel for that. That's a real awful thing to have happen. And then, like, what messed up person? What did he get for brutally butchering and, like...
He got the jacket.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's real stupid.
Yeah.
You're going to brutally murder a dog for a jacket?
Yep.
What is this, professional football? Get out of here.
Well, that's what, like, that's another trend with Stephen King, too. Because in It, Mike's dog is murdered by,
Why? Why you
The-
gotta do that?
like, evil kid.
Yeah, it's messed up.
It happens. So,
I get it happens. I'm just saying. I'm sad about it.
sorry. So, Needful Things is good. It was long. I felt like it was a really
It was
long
a
time.
very long movie.
Because there's a lot of different, like, threads that are being thrown about. I was really sad that they were getting corrupted. Because I honestly, it's just like how this conversation has gone, where I previously believed in humanity in some degree, and now I don't. So
I believe in some humans. I just feel like we're the minority.
yeah,
Like, most people are trash. Some people aren't. But, like, the majority are.
and I definitely, there are good ones. Sheriff Pangborn was fine, but yeah, if it just takes a little nudge, or if you're given something like the opportunity to have $1 million, what does it matter that it costs what it does?
Yeah, people are terrible.
Yeah.
We're not. That's nice. Gives me comfort that
Yeah.
I'm like, I know I wouldn't do it. I know you wouldn't do it.
Yeah. The spin-off of Needful Things was an episode of Rick and Morty.
Which was excellent, as always.
From 2014 called Something Wicked This Way Comes, where Summer gets a job at a pawn shop owned by the devil, and Jerry helps Morty with his science fair project.
Yeah.
Which is also similar in concept, but not as directly related.
Yes.
I can do words. The title of this episode is a reference to Ray Bradbury's novel, which was later adapted into a film, but we didn't have time to watch it, called Something Wicked This Way Comes, which is about a mysterious man who runs a traveling carnival and grants wishes, but they come at a price. in turn, the title references a famous line from Macbeth, by the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes, said by one of the witches that provide Macbeth the prophecy about his rise and fall. In Something Wicked This Way Comes, people are confronted with, like, their fears.
Mm-hmm.
But he's, like, this carnival guy, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, something wicked this way comes. Summer's working at this shop owned by the devil, and he has all kinds of artifacts and old things, but they are advertised to give you something, and then it's a trick, because it actually gives you something else.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts you in some way.
Yeah, so, like, shoes that you could run faster than anybody else, but you run until you die.
Yeah, or, like, you can write really amazing stories on this typewriter, but, like, the stories you write, like, those people die.
Yeah, Stranger Than Fiction.
Or, like, yeah. Yeah. And, what was another? Oh, the makeup that would make you beautiful, but you would be blind.
Yeah.
And then, Mr. Goldenfold had, I think it was, like, cologne.
Yeah. It was, like, to get ladies,
Yeah, it was cologne that would get ladies to be attracted to him. And, it was aftershave.
Yeah.
So, there's a scene in it that we will also
do another dramatic reading.
Dramatic reading of. This aftershave made women want me, but it also made me impotent.
A price for everything, Mr. Goldenfold. A price for everything.
Oh my God! How could I not see this coming? My lust! My greed! I deserve this!
This serum should counteract the negative effects.
Holy cats, ladies, let's get out of here. I haven't learned a thing!
Excellent.
So that's a dramatic reading.
Yeah.
By Gabe and Kat.
Mm-hmm.
Brought to your earbuds. So if you watch the episode, it's great.
Yeah.
In that scene, essentially, Mr. Goldenfold realizes that the serum was bad, or the aftershave made him impotent. So even though all these ladies wanted him, he couldn't satisfy them.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I'm learning a lesson. Clearly, I shouldn't want these things.
Yeah, I should just go about it the normal way.
Yeah.
Maybe just be a good person.
Yeah.
Then people would want to touch your face.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. Probably.
But then Rick fixes it, so now he can. The ladies still want him, and he can
is able to do
it.
stuff. Yeah.
He's no longer impotent. And then he's like, I didn't learn anything, and he runs away, which is
honestly true.
That's what
yeah.
it is. And there's like a scene where Rick says to Summer, he says, "You're working for the devil," and she goes, "So?" And both he and the devil are like, "What?" And then she's like, later she's just like, yeah, you give people cursed items, but they know what they're getting.
Yeah, and it's like
they're
what
taking a chance.
What organization that hires teenagers is not corrupt and like hurting people?
Yeah.
Just because we're not seeing it right in front of us doesn't mean that's not happening. It's like, this is my first job. I want a job now, please.
Yeah. And she's also like, fast food makes you fat and gives you high cholesterol. She said like, cheap clothing is on the backs of, people who are underpaid and overworked. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, that's just like people know, like they're not ignorant to it. They are told and they just choose to ignore it.
Yeah.
So,
because it's not in front of them.
Yeah.
Pushing the button.
Push the button. And that's what they do. And so she's like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
There's a reference to quite a lot of things. He references Twilight Zone. There's some episodes of Twilight Zone reference in there. There's references to Stephen King a few times in that episode. So there's a part where Rick made a shop that will take the curses out of the items. So they'll make them still do good stuff, but at a price, like a real monetary price. And so this one guy comes in and he's like, I'm here to pick up my undead wife and son, and that's, or cat and wife, and that's Pet Cemetery. Yeah. And then the running shoes could possibly be reference to Back to the Future, which is technically what Rick and Morty are inspired by.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, you got a crazy guy doing science.
Yeah.
And a dumb kid.
Yeah.
Following along.
Sounds real.
Yeah. So there's like a few things that are referenced in there. And then like the startup company and then being Apple is also like
a whole
big
time.
irony. I really enjoyed it. Especially after watching Needful Things and how heavy it was. To watch this like very on the nose commentary about like don't like people just want stuff. They're not going to learn a lesson. You can't teach them, devil. Like, what are you going to do?
We're in the time of smartphones. Yeah. What's lessons? Who does those?
Yeah. There's a monkey's paw.
Yeah.
She wishes.
She's wasted a perfectly good monkey's paw.
Yeah, she wishes to learn CPR because the devil tries to kill himself.
Yeah.
Says it's more fun in hell.
Yeah, no one's mean to him there.
Yeah.
I think he's cool.
So dumb. Yeah. Rick and Morty, guys. It's not just
always doing it, you know?
Fart jokes and burp man.
No, it's smart as hell.
Ideologies in there as well.
Smart as hell.
It's commentary on our social world.
And there's like references to this like stuff. They're just like, what?
What did you think of that? I was just watching a dumb thing.
This is nerdy and great, and I love it.
Feelings. Yeah, feelings. Yeah, I said feelings. Let's talk about feelings. Okay. And all that spooky stuff. I love spooky stuff.
So, if you like it, it's button. Who's got the button?
Okay.
If you don't like it, it's people are trash. So, for the overall topic of gifts that come with a price that is defined but possibly unbelievable or seemingly inconsequential.
People are trash.
People are trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be able to give people gifts, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Give me cookie, got your cookie.
Yeah.
I want that.
But the cookie is not the death of another person or some shady favor. Just give me cookie.
I want it to just be nice. Like, I want to be
I got
like,
you cookie, you get me cookie. It's equal.
we're friends. We're nice to each other.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a trash person. Like, I want to do nice by my people, you know? I don't want it to be a whole thing. It's mean and sad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. People are trash.
People are trash.
I'm sad that the world's sad.
I'm sad that people continually prove to me that they are button pushers.
Yeah.
Don't be a button pusher this season, guys.
Yeah.
Make gifts or go to like a local place or
just like don't be a trash person. Like, I just feel like that's the whole thing. It's like the argument is like, if someone is a trash person, you can't like change that so much. Like, I can't convince someone to care about another person.
Yeah.
I can't convince someone to like have empathy and like not be selfish.
Yeah.
That's not something like you can force someone to do.
Yeah.
That sucks. So people are trash. Hello.
Yeah.
Depression.
So what about the films and shows that we watch?
The button, what am what?
Button, who's got the button?
Yeah. I thought the movies were great. I thought the short story was good. I thought the Twilight Zone episode was good. I thought Rick and Morty always does it right. Mm-hmm. That was great. The box was a whole time. But like it was a whole time enough that I was like, I feel like I have a story now.
Yeah.
I lived.
It was, I wasn't expecting it to be what it was. Because it's like, it's definitely just advertises like, they're confronted with a button, and if they push it, someone dies. And you're like, okay. And then it wasn't that anymore. And I was like, wait, where are we going? When did we turn off the main road and end up on this shady dirt road going in the back somewhere? Where are we going and why are we here? And okay, I guess I'm just here for the ride. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it was a whole...
Yeah.
We did it.
It was good. And, well, if you enjoyed this episode and you enjoy us, you can always give us a gift and contribute to our Patreon.
Yeah, and there's no soul given. Stealing. I'll just care about you.
Yeah, we lay out what the return is very clearly. There is no catch. It just is what it is.
The catch is you get my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want that,
piece of my heart,
or whatever items and stuff we offer, do that. Yeah. So check it out. Check us out on Patreon, or just give us a rating. Tell us how you feel on iTunes because that's where it counts.
Yeah.
And send us an email if you'd like. We're the Ghouls Next Door at gmail.com.
Sorry.
theghouls.nextdoor@gmail.com. So let us know what your feelings are.
Yeah.
We're coming up at the end of the year. So, we're going to come up on some new beginnings.
You should let us love you.
Yeah.
I'll do better next time.
Well, don't get married.
Don't eat your kids.
Yeah.
Just give cookies, get cookies.
Yeah.
Don't get married.
Just keep giving the cookies. All right. Bye.
Bye.